Hey guys, welcome back to Loop Hub. Today we'll talk about the grossest and most disgusting moments on Dr. Pimple Popper. Let's head into it. Number 1. Man who did surgery on himself. Dr. Sandra Lee is known for her upbeat demeanor in the office. However, one patient meeting in the most recent episode of the series, which aired Wednesday night, quickly undermined Lee's brightness. That patient, Nick, admitted to removing one of his own fatty tumors at home without anesthesia and left a deep imprinted scar. Lee is noticeably distressed as a result of his revelation. However, at the end of the show, he has turned it into a teaching opportunity. Her message to the audience is clear. Surgery is not a do-it-yourself job. Let's talk about this episode in a bit more detail. Nick, a 27-year-old Seattle resident, explains in the episode that he's been living with 7 lipomas, which are normally benign fatty tumors that grow just beneath the skin. His lipomas are modest, but the ones on his back cause him pain when he sits for lengthy periods of time. Nick also reveals that he's a do-it-yourself fanatic. Nick's zeal is so strong that he dug a lipoma out of his leg without anesthetics and then uploaded the footage of the procedure to YouTube. As a DIYer, I started looking online for ways to reward myself at home. Nick explains, I came to the conclusion that a lipoma could be easily removed at home with only a scalpel, so I decided that the next big step would be to learn how to become a doctor on YouTube. I put on my glove, took out my blade, disinfected the area, and began slicing into my torso. It barely hurt for the first layer, after which you couldn't feel anything. Nick then adds that he's seeking Lee's assistance because he can't reach the lipomas on his back to remove them on his own. Nick says in a short interview taken outside Lee's office immediately before his initial session, the past few days I've been trying to wrap my head around the fact that I'm actually going to get a surgery performed by Dr. Sandra Lee. I believe she'll be impressed with the minimum blood loss I was able to achieve without the use of any medical injections. Nick discusses his do-it-yourself surgery in the exam room, and Lee's smile quickly fades. She tells Nick, "You're kidding me." Things become much more uncomfortable when Nick tries to show Lee his YouTube surgery footage. "I don't think I'm going to be able to watch this," Lee says. "This is repulsive." Nick responds, "It's educational." Lee answers, "No, it's not educational. This is the opposite of what you should do." Lee has an aversion to handmade popping videos, as dedicated Dr. Pimple Popper fans may already know. She told Insider earlier this year that just thinking about them gives her shivers. Lee told Insider, "I can't and won't look at these videos. I'm curious if that was a sterile setting. Was the patient in any discomfort? Will they contract a severe life-threatening infection and be scarred for life? I'm in charge when I perform my own operations and surgeries, and I know it's a peaceful, sanitary, and painless atmosphere. These are the only ones I'm interested in watching." Lee looks at the rest of Nick's lipomas and decides to remove 3 of them, despite the fact that she's pissed with him. "I'm not pleased with Nick right now, but I also believe that if I don't intervene, he would take his other lipomas into his hands. I'm going to show him how to remove a lipoma in a gentle approach." She does it slowly but steadily, injecting anesthetic into each place, cutting into the skin, and wrestling the growths out. She also explains why his do-it-yourself project was so perilous. "When I think of Nick, there are so many hazards that come to mind," Lee adds. "What if he slashed a major artery and couldn't stop the bleeding? Not only does the numbing, I use NumbU, but it also constricts local blood vessels and reduce bleeding." Nick agrees not to attempt any more at-home surgeries after the procedure. Lee's visibly distressed demeanor left an indelible impact. "I can see that Dr. Lee was truly concerned about me performing additional procedures in the future," he says. "I will take it very seriously." Lee also takes advantage of the occasion to convey a powerful yet straightforward message to the audience. "Nick's situation reminds me that I provide these films, and while I may make it look easy," she warns, "don't try this at home." After all that stress, the story closes with a happy ending. Lee adds in a voiceover that Nick was healed completely. He began raising chickens in his farm, and even called one of his fowl Dr. Sandra Lee 8 weeks after his surgery. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.